Who doesn't love a Bam Adebayo game winner on a Friday night, huh? That is the way to get your weekend started, Heat Nation. Welcome on in. Your Miami Heat winners tonight, 99-96. Bam. Oh, clutch. Big-time jumper after some referee and officiating shenanigans. Takes it home with a little showdown with Paolo Banchero at the end of this game. Hey, let me say about that Banchero. Woo! We got away with one. That guy's good, and he left a lot of meat on the bone tonight for his Orlando Magic, which were shorthanded, as with the Miami Heat. Divisional matchup, very close matchup. They got a tough haul after this because they got to go fly to Oklahoma City right in and play tomorrow night. Although this is essentially like it's a little check mark to get the hell out of there. But this was a very closely contested game, and especially that last 3 minutes, it was very stressful. Very, very stressful because Miami Heat, this was one of those games where Eric Spoelstra says, I want a game in the mud. He got it tonight. Game was up under 100 by both teams. You don't see that anymore. But Banchero with I want to say 3 minutes left in this game, he just, flips a switch because he was having a pretty quiet night up until that point, and he got a steal on Jaime Jaquez, and Jaquez has to foul him, sends him to the line. Thankfully, he goes a couple times back-to-back possessions, and he misses a free throw each time. And this is where I think he's going to go back and he's going to kick himself looking back at this game. He got about the easiest game-winning attempt you could get. Beautiful shot from his size, point blank. Haywood did a nice job, don't get me wrong, but he's giving up a lot of height to Haywood. I was a little confused that they didn't go Bam just directly on him and throw somebody else on Wagner, but because they were throwing everybody at him, and he was pretty much feeding everybody on the Heat. He blew by Caleb Martin. He got jumpers over J. Rich. He got jumpers over Jaquez. He was a handful in that fourth quarter, but at the end of it, Bam Adebayo hits the big shot, and he does not. Now, this was a pretty crazy ending. These officials were absolutely horrendous. We'll get into what they did to Duncan Robinson here in just a minute. But the swing of this game, Banchero puts them up 96-95. There's 38 seconds left in the game. Bam, he gets the ball. He's got Suggs on him, goes into the paint, loses the ball. So good strategy by the Magic. He gathers it back up. He's getting hit like whack-a-mole. Throws up a shot. There's no call. They let it go. Hits the rim. Comes back down. Orlando hits it out. Now, there's a big scramble, and so they go to official review to work this all out, because you're like, all right, was there a shot clock violation? Crotty was scaring me to death because he's like, did that hit the backboard only? And they go to the review, comes back, gives the Heat 9 seconds left on the shot clock. The Magic, and this was important, the Magic then ended up challenging it again because they say it was out on Miami, but it was not out on Miami. They were saying that it was off on Bam. It was not, and so they have to go in there, and it ended up being off of Anthony Black, clearly through Bam's hands. So it's Heat ball, and all right, after all that nonsense, let's get to it. And they dump it over to Bam. Wagner sags off Bam. He's got all that space. Jumper. Right in his face. This would be a good time to remind everybody, by the way. Bam Adebayo, I think, is 7th in all-star voting for front court players, which is pretty crazy. I mean, he's even behind Jimmy. And honestly, if there's a Heat player who deserves to go for the Heat this year, it is Bam. Jimmy's missed a ton of time, and really, I don't think has been playing. I would think even he would say hasn't been playing as big as Bam has played for this team this year, just fully since the start of the season. And also, he hates All-Star games. And clearly Tyler's been out, and so I'm just saying, Bam Adebayo, go vote for him for All-Star. Make it look respectable, please. This guy being 7th behind Kristaps Porzingis, ridiculous. But he hits the clutch-ass jumper. So the Heat are up 1. Magic call timeout. 18 seconds left. Banchero, he's right there at the rim. He's got Haywood Highsmith on him. That's who the Heat go with. and they have Haywood Highsmith there. Bam is there waiting under the rim for him, but he gets a look. I mean, this dude is a moose, 6'10", 250, moves gracefully, but can also be a Mack truck. And he had a look at it, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, on the flight to OKC, he's going to be kicking himself tonight thinking about this game because he had it right there for him. He has the miss, and then he has it back in his hands, but doesn't really have full possession. So when he goes back up, the ball kind of goes flying. They foul Haywood Highsmith. The Heat go up 3. There's 7-8 seconds left, but they can't call timeout. They can't advance the ball because they lost it in the challenge. So Banchero hoists up a no-good 3. And the Miami Heat get the win. Big-time win tonight. But Bam, super clutch. He had the big spin and slam on Mo Wagner that put the Heat up 4 in this. But it was a game that's going to be remembered for that jump shot at the end of this thing to put the Heat up 1 after Banchero is able to get his Magic the late lead with under a minute left. So big time win for the Miami Heat. Duncan Robinson, what can we say about him, man? This guy has been an absolute stud all year. Been in a little bit of a slump over the last couple of games. You knew that wasn't going to last. And mind you, this was, of course, one of those classic we have enough games. No Jimmy, no Tyler, no Kyle Lowry. No problem. Yes, the Magic did not have Franz Wagner tonight. They did not have Wendell Carter, so they were missing some big-time size in this game for them. All right, let's play it up. Everybody's missing everybody. Let's go and figure who is going to get the best of it. And a big reason the Miami Heat were where they were today was because of Duncan Robinson, who got the fourth quarter off to a really, really great start. Big-time buckets in the first half of this thing. And the one that is going to stick in my head, honestly, he got this runner with Joe Ingles just absolutely committing crimes against him. I really don't know this many years into his career what Duncan Robinson has to do to have these referees stop their bullshit and allow this man to get some fucking respect. But it's about high time that we get to this because it's ridiculous that this guy is going out there. He is getting mugged. And they ain't doing nothing about it. And if you could, I don't know if this is a shooting bias. I don't know if this is a Duncan Robinson face bias. I don't know what it is, but it needs to stop. It needs a congressional investigation for the disrespect this man gets. The one I was there on Monday night against the Rockets. This dude there for the charge. Boom, he's there in position. They call him out. They give him the old heave ho. It's crazy to me how this man is completely just disrespected by the officials, not treated fairly, and something needs to be done about it. It really, really does. I really am just getting fed up with watching Duncan Robinson put, beautiful basketball together or making heady plays or getting buckets with contact and, it's Duncan Robinson, let's let it go. Boo. The referees were awful tonight. They were that with Bam at the end there too. Bam got absolutely, wrapped up by Banchero where he gets the ball back. They didn't call it. They were letting some BS go tonight. So that was just a great performance by these two individuals today. And the thing that really stood out, I think, in the first half, just another great performance offensively by Jaime Jaquez Jr. I mean, you watch this guy's footwork and it's just breathtaking. It really is. I mean, you watch him just go to work when he's got a matchup that he likes. And I think, with the people out that were out of this game today allowed Jaime Jaquez, to get some shots up to allow some things. He missed honestly, Jaime Jaquez, like Banchero, he left a lot of meat on the bone today too, because he missed, I'm just like eyeball remember. I feel like he missed like 4 at the rim. He probably could have been around the range of 25 and being the Heat's leading scorer tonight, but he put up 16 shots, and it's just love watching that guy go to work, man. It's such a great thing seeing him go out there and making things happen and being just so much fun to watch him in action, and just always seems to know where to be when his teammates are looking for a cutter. He gets out on the break. Him and Jovic, tremendous. I mean, it was a it's really, really fun. And Jovic tonight, it was funny. It was like he was the starting point guard essentially for the team. Like they go to the tip. Who's the first guy to give the ball to? They give it to Jovic to handle things and to get guys settled in. And he didn't have a great night from the floor tonight, but I do love the fact that Spo continues to throw him out there, even with all the bodies. And I love the dynamic of him and Bam out there together. Spo used that word to describe it on Monday, and it's just fun. You have these two guys at that size who can handle, who can get out on the break, who can make plays for their teammates. They had this one play, and I think you guys all probably saw it, but it was in the first half. And dude, it was like the ball movement was so damn good for the entire team. It was Jaquez, second quarter. The Heat are up 47-45 with about 3.5 left. And the involvement everybody had together. It was, Jaime, he goes up, he brings it, he kicks it to Duncan on the wing, who gives it right bounce pass to Jovic. And Jovic, it was like the Matrix. Like, didn't even have the ball in his hands. He was like a Serbian Houdini, right to Bam for a big time slam past Banchero. It was delightful, dude. It was just breathtaking to see the ball move and pop like that. Mind you, this is a team that does not have their starting point guard in Kyle Lowry, does not have their starting shooting guard / point guard, according to him, Tyler Hero, does not have Jimmy Butler. So they're doing this with a lot of other guys, but they have a lot of talented ball handlers on this team who are very, very unselfish, and that was very, very clear tonight. So love seeing that from the team. The other big storyline in this, Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin made his return, had a great fourth quarter. Really got himself, involved and was attacking with ferocity. Had a great second half, I should say, but he had just that attack mode with that ferocity. Got a flagrant foul on him today and hit some big free throws. The one that's going to stand out, though, he had a big time bucket through Banchero, and you could just see him do the angry flex. That was like, oh, Caleb feels back. He feels back. But he had his shot going a little bit today too. So it was nice to see that from Caleb Martin, and maybe a game where some guys were out was good for him because he did not feel like in that I have to take a backseat mode. Now, he played 24 minutes tonight, didn't have a huge heavy load, but still, 11 minutes, 4 rebounds, two assists, 1 steal, just kind of doing it all. He was a plus tonight for the Heat, and it was a great welcome back for Caleb Martin, and a nice win for the Miami Heat tonight. Big onion shot by Bam. Fun game. And now you can close out the road trip in the right way with Charlotte coming in on Sunday. I imagine after getting this win, that kind of solidifies that they're going to give Jimmy one more game and try and go and take out the Hornets without him. I don't know what this means for Tyler. I don't know what this means for Kyle, but I feel like if the thought is you're going to play Jimmy one game, winning tonight and not having the desperation of having to even up your homestand makes me feel like Jimmy's return is more likely for the Brooklyn game, but we'll see. That's to come after on Sunday for D-Wade night. Now we got to put all our focus and energy into the Miami Dolphins, not freezing their asses off and beating the Kansas City Chiefs.